Hello, the subject is marketing management. The topic is neuromarketing. Neuromarketing is of a recent trend marketing which is used by organizations to employ psychological technologies and techniques for marketing their products and services. This is widely used by organizations. This can be worked without the permission of the customers. This works well for the organizations to draw the required information that is done through research. Majorly, this enables the organizations to better understand the consumers and their reactions regarding the marketing strategies and its message. Let us see what is the meaning of neuromarketing. Neuromarketing is a study of the mind of the consumers with the help of using medical technologies to study the response of the brain of the consumer towards the marketing stimuli. Neuromarketing is new in the field of marketing and helps marketers to research on the behavior of the consumer in order to improve the marketing strategies that are applied especially in the field of selling and advertising. It first emerged and was adopted in the year 2002 by advertising and marketing professionals. Neuromarketing uses such effective methods which directly help in probing minds without demanding or any kind of participation of the consumer, which becomes a beneficial process for the organization and get better results. Nowadays, marketing professionals are spending large amount in the field of advertisement to capture the mind of the customers and know the fact to live in their subconscious mind. Therefore, with the help of neuroscience, it becomes possible to innate in the cognitive, sensorimotor, and affecting responses regarding how a customer used to select a product or services with the help of strategizing different marketing activities. Neuromarketing suggests that both emotional and rational thinking exist at the same time, just like neuroscience, which helps in gathering information regarding the function and structure of the brain. The process of neuromarketing contains several mechanisms related to neuroscience like decision making, reasoning, memory, emoting, etc. before buying a particular product. Hence, organizations are highly favorable in using neuromarketing in their marketing strategies, which is giving beneficial and better results for their marketing activities. The definition of neuromarketing, according to Wiki, goes this way. Neuromarketing is the application of neuroscience to marketing. Neuromarketing includes the direct use of brain imaging, scanning, or other brain activity measurement technology to measure a subject's response to specific products, packaging, advertising, or other marketing elements. In some cases, the brain responses measured by these techniques may not be consciously perceived by the subject, hence, this data may be more revealing than self-reporting on surveys in focus groups, etc. This definition clearly says that the usage of brain activity and its measurement is important. There are various technologies used to measure the brain activity of the consumer, and the brain activity of the consumer is measured in response to the product, services, or the marketing activities that take place and how the consumer react to all these messages and mediums. And finally, this neuromarketing is beneficial and better compared to the self-reporting of consumers on service and such other activities. This is one important reason for organizations to slowly adopt neuromarketing strategies into their marketing activities. Neuromarketing activities have these objectives, or the neuromarketing should work on these objectives. The specific objectives of neuromarketing are as follows: knowing how the human nervous system receives, encodes, stores, and retrieves information from stimuli. This is very important for the organization to know, because this is the base on which the design and redesign of the marketing message and marketing strategies can be done by the organization. The next objective is to check the effectiveness of advertising messages. The responses, when measured, of the consumers will clearly say how effective is the advertising messages, and this response is measured will be a sign, and on the basis of that sign the effectiveness of the advertising messages can be easily tracked, and further changes can be amended in the advertising messages at ease. Get data to guide on the best choice of formats that allow greater emotional connection with the customer. Objective of neuromarketing is to get the data, perfect data, to guide on the best choice of formats that should enhance the emotional connection with the consumer. If the marketing strategies and marketing messages are not connecting emotionally with the customer, then he will not become a consumer. For him to become the consumer, there has to be the relevant data to guide on the best choice of format for the organization to practice. The next objective of neuromarketing is predicting consumer behavior from scientific studies. All the other marketing strategies were all based on imaginations and guesswork, but neuromarketing is the only thing or only concept where it is purely based on scientific studies and research data. It is outcome of the real data that is available of the consumers, and hence prediction becomes a scientific one which can be relied upon. The next objective is to improve the planning and development of all aspects of marketing, communication, product price, promotion, etc. This neuromarketing, as it is going to get the required and the relevant data for the organization to guide its marketing process and strategies, this will help all other functions of the organization of marketing, that is communication, product pricing, promotion, etc., and it will help them to function in a better way. The last objective of neuromarketing is to meet the real needs of the consumer, to adjust the marketing strategy of the brand. Though the ultimate goal of the marketing itself was to meet the needs of the real consumers and their demands, but in reality, the real needs and wants were not known to the organization because of not being conveyed in a right manner. But neuromarketing conveys and gets the exact need and wants of the consumer, so that the marketing strategies can be designed in such way that the brand will be a successful one in the competitive market. Hence, these are the objectives of neuromarketing. It is all because of the benefits that neuromarketing is giving that Neuromarketing has wider reach now in this tech-savvy world and a scientific world. The benefits are as follows. First, discover fresh viewpoints. Marketers and creatives thrive on fresh thinking and new viewpoints. Neuromarketing provides these as it is and has a very different perspective from traditional research. It can measure the lower level effects of design such as print ads and videos such as TV and web ads in terms of people's attention, emotion and memory responses. Whereas many designers and creatives are often focused on the higher level meanings of what they are creating, neuromarketing research can focus down on for more granular recommendations. This can include insights into how to design imagery to better capture attention, how to better edit an ad to make key information more memorable, and the exact elements of design that will drive emotional engagement in a product, service, ad, or package. The second benefit of neuromarketing is uncover emotional and non-conscious responses. On an average day, most of us go through a journey of different emotions. Some of these are fast and fleeting, others may linger, but we barely notice them. Yet these feelings or emotions can be influencing our behavior, such as what we choose to buy. Neuromarketing can often help uncover the triggers to these emotional responses in a way that just asking questions can't. The next benefit of neuromarketing is put measurements into common scales. Even when it's possible for consumers to consciously describe or rate their emotional responses or how much attention they feel an ad evoked from them, there will be great variation between how they do this. If you collect answers from different people in one sample, there is little way of knowing whether some are unwittingly exaggerating or some are downplaying. Of course, some of this variation gets ironed out by averaging data over a large sample, but it is still an unnatural exercise for people to rate their feelings on a scale. We aren't necessarily able to do this accurately. The problem is confounded by trying to compare results across cultures where differences of expression mean there is even more variation. But yet, this possibility is available. The next benefit of neuromarketing is measure fleeting reactions that people can't remember. When studying experiences that evolve over time, such as watching a TV ad, neuromeasures can capture responses moment by moment in real time. Not only does this give valuable diagnostic information on how to better edit an ad, but it would be very hard, if not impossible, to gain through traditional question-based methods. The next benefit is to ask people to think about how they feel about something can change the feeling. Just as certain chemical reactions happen and change a cell only when a light is shown on it, shining our conscious awareness on a feeling can change the feeling. When you begin asking people to express how they feel about something, they begin to examine, revise, and rationalize their feelings, so you are no longer getting the original pure reaction. The next benefit is measuring prime effects. Whenever we look at something, whether it be a poster, logo, or package, it activates a range of associated ideas in our minds. Neuroscientists call this effect priming. Some of these ideas, which neurotechniques can measure, related to the feelings and concepts that an ad or brand logo may trigger in us. Some of them activate goals in us, often without our conscious awareness. For example, your desire to treat yourself to something expensive may have been triggered earlier in the day by seeing a poster for a luxury brand. The next benefit of neuromarketing is it can be scaled up. While an experienced and talented market researchers can often get around some of these challenges through careful questioning and reading between the lines of what people say, there are why so many people they can question. Neuromarketing offers research techniques that companies can scale up, often internationally, using comparable methods and hence gaining comparable results in the market. Hence, for these many benefits, the organization tend to use neuromarketing. There are various techniques available for neuromarketing that can be used by organization, wherein we have fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging. It is used to measure the activity of the brain with the help of detecting the level of oxygen in the blood flow. When the brain is active, it requires more oxygen. The second is MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. It is used to detect brain tumors and help to understand how the human brain processes and understand messages being transmitted by the content of the advertising. The next technique we have EEG, electroencephalography. It measures and records the electrical activity of the brain. Next we have MEG, magnetoencephalography. It helps in giving information about the brain activity with the help of magnetic fields. It is used to measure direct brain activity unlike fMRI. The next type we have SST, steady state topography. It is used to record and measure the activity of the brain. It is having a high temporal resolution which helps to make it possible to use steady state topography in the test of neuromarketing, which is concerned with advertisement on TV. The next type we have respiratory rate. It is the number of times a person takes for 1 minute. That is concerned with his breathing. The next type is heart rate, wherein it is the count of heartbeats that take place for a minute or 1 minute. Pupil meter is a device which is used to measure the direction and dilation of pupil with respect to the visual stimulus. Next technique we have galvanic skin response or skin conductance. It is used to detect the changes being occurred on the skin depending on the level of moisture. The next technique is eye tracking method. It is a method in which eyes are tracked where they are focusing when they are seeing something. The last technique of neuromarketing is voice analysis. It helps in measuring psychological stress that comes out of the voice with respect to the vocal cords to such stress. Hence, these are all the techniques available for neuromarketing which are scientific in base. There are various strategies of neuromarketing which are as discussed below. First, we have this scarcity card. One of the most popular neuromarketing tricks is playing this scarcity card. You can see scarcity messages almost everywhere these days, from brick and mortar stores to e-commerce websites. For example, you can display a message such as only 17 pieces left on stock to show that the product is extremely popular and convince potential buyer to take action instantly. The second strategy is eye tracking technology. Eye tracking is a powerful neuromarketing strategy that can give your business a big boost rather quickly. The idea is to track users' reactions to all sorts of sales and marketing messages and to identify elements that really make an impact on your target audience. The next neuromarketing strategy is a focus on problem solving. Do you know why people buy certain products or services? The answer is simple. They do it because products and services help them to solve practical issues and eliminate common pain points. In such circumstances, our neuromarketing strategies will shift the focus to messages that prove the problem-solving capabilities of a product or service. This is a strategy that every marketer should use. The next strategy of neuromarketing is number for substantiation. People love numbers in marketing messages for a highly specific reason. Numbers feel tangible and appear to be more trustworthy than generic copies. Like, our software will help you to maximize conversation and conversions. Our software will help you to increase the conversion rate by 14% in 6 months, etc. The next strategy of neuromarketing is carefully chosen color schemes. Another neuromarketing strategy is to choose your color schemes carefully. What makes this tip so important is, well, the secret lies in the fact that each color has a very special connotation, which means you can use different combinations to drive different types of action. For example, red symbolizes passion and energy, used by Coca-Cola or Red Bull. Blue suggests authority and trustworthiness, like Microsoft or IBM. Yellow means hope and spontaneity, like McDonald's or Best Buy. Black is a symbol of power and elegance, Dyer or Channel. The next strategies of neuromarketing is retail therapy. Some people tend to go shopping when they are feeling down and under the weather. Neuromarketing recognizes such practice as retail therapy. The goal of this strategy is clear. You should create marketing messages that encourage people to buy your products and improve their mood through shopping. And the last strategy of neuromarketing is full immersion through sounds, images, or scents. Take advantage of physical impressions such as sounds or images to fully immerse consumers into the shopping experiences. Like a company that developed a mobile app based on augmented reality, with this tool, potential buyers can virtually place true-to-scale 3D models in their homes and get a notion of how a new piece of furniture would fill it and fit it. Hence, these are all the strategies that are available for the organizations to practice neuromarketing. With all this, neuromarketing can be used in these applications. Measure the motivations and emotions that generate a process of decision making, purchasing. If we combine this with attitude and information processing, we can predict consumer behavior in a better way. Test new product concepts before removing the market. From deleting the market, from the process of deleting the product in the market, the organization can test the new concepts that can go well in the market, and the organizations can apply neuromarketing for validate scales questionnaires. By neuromarketing techniques, photos extend the reliability of the questionnaires that are made to consumers or potential customers. This neuromarketing can be applied for the purpose of design physical or virtual commercial establishment, optimizing the consumer journey and experience of the buying process. It can even applied for ad copy testing, which can be a prediction for the effective and efficient advertising strategy. It is also applied in the process of political neuromarketing, studying the content and transmission of messages sent to appeal to the emotions of potential voters, which is basically used to promote a favorable vote in the process of elections, widely used in Facebook and Insta. And neuromarketing can be beautifully applied in the process of packaging, packing design, and packaging of products, as it studies purely based on the response of the package by customers. Hence, these are all the applications of new marketing, and if organizations apply this well, the marketing will have better benefit in the nature of its earning profits. Thus, neuromarketing. Thanks for listening.